Hello student, today we are going to discuss the very first exercise of the chapter sets NCERT mathematics, and the name of chapter is sets. Student, in the previous video just we have to discuss about the various type of different type of phenomena to representation of any of the sets, and basically we have to also discuss about the concept of a particular symbol belongs to. Is it to be clear? And the various mathematical sets we have to also discuss. Is it to be clear? So today we are going to start the very first exercise of our NCERT related to the sets. Is it to be clear? So basically student, here you can just see the basic things again. In the last video just we have to discuss about the sets and their representation. We have to always discuss about the set and their representation, because the set is the collection of well defined objects, and basically student, collection of well defined objects means well defined objects are that object which should not changes from person to person. Is it to be clear? So if any of the persons will be give the answer of anything else about same answer it is to be provided, then definitely we can say that these are said to be the well defined collection of the objects. Is it to be clear? Now after that student, just we have to discuss about the basic type of mathematical sets also. So you can check here, n is the, you can say that the set of all natural numbers, and I think each and every student know very well about set of natural number n will be declared like this: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and so on. Is it to be clear? So this is the mathematical set we have to discuss in the last video. Similarly, the next symbol that should be used as z, and z should be used as, you can say that this is minus of 3, minus of 2, minus of 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and so on. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student know very well about the set of integers. After that, q is the set of rational number, and we are saying that the rational number cannot be represented, set of rational number cannot be represented in the tabular form. Only just we have to think about the rational numbers. These are the numbers which are to be represented in the form of p divided by q. Is it to be clear? Where q naught should be equals to 0. Is it to be clear? So the set of rational number is to be declared as symbol capital of q. next we will take as r. Capital R is the set of real numbers, means basically any of the number which can be plotted on the number line, here 0, and here the negative numbers are to be represented, and here positive numbers. This is the minus infinite and this is the plus infinite. So you can say that R should be represented as set of minus infinite to plus infinite. Is it to be clear? Means in this type of category all the kind of numbers are to be included. Next, z plus. So basically student, if we have to see the various type of integers, then you can say that the integer can be either positive or negative. Here what should be the meaning of z plus? So basically z plus will specify that always just we have to take the positive integers. Is it to be clear? And the very important thing student, in the last video just we have to discuss what can we say about the 0. 0 is the positive quantity or negative quantity. So we can say that 0 is always said to be the non-negative quantity, means neither positive nor negative. Is it to be clear? So z plus will be started with 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and so on. Is it to be clear? So if we have to write the tabular form of z plus, then you can mention this z plus as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and so on. Is it to be clear? And suppose anyone else ask about the 0, what should be the 0? 0 is the positive quantity or negative quantity. Then basically student, we are saying that 0 is always said to be the non-negative quantity, means neither positive nor negative. Is it to be clear? Similarly, q plus and r plus, because here q plus means set of all positive rational number and r plus means set of all positive real numbers. Is it to be clear? So I think this thing will be clear to each and every student, because here the things are to be very simplified, and always student we have to use these particular capital N, capital Z, capital Q, and one more capital of W we have to also discuss about. W means whole numbers, you can say that. So sometime the whole number set will be represented by capital of W, and this is said to be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Is it to be clear? And sometime the set of irrational number will be represented by the symbol capital of Q of C. Is it to be clear? So this is the set of irrational number. You can say that this is set of irrational number. Is it to be clear? So basically these things are to be the very simplified here. Student, these are known as the mathematical sets, and in mathematics just basically these type of sets are to be used commonly in each and every chapter. Is it to be clear? So these are the basic things that we have to discuss in the last class. Is it to be clear? So basically if we have to discuss the some more part related to the sets, then basically we can say that here after this part just we have to define the well defined collection of the objects, and basically we have to see the basic type of roster form and the set builder form, because representation of set is to be the very important here. So roster form is sometime known as the, you can say that, tabular form, because here the data are to be written in the tabular format. Is it to be clear? And in the case of set builder form, basically we can say that, student, in set builder form always we can say that the data is to be written in a definition part, means there should be a basic format of the set builder form we have to discuss in the last class, where first of all declaration of variable should be there, then after we have to write the colon sign, and meaning of this colon sign will be such that, and after that we have to write the proper definition of x, and then after, student, just we will start the next part, and next part will be the definition, and we have to apply the some conditions also. Is it to be clear? And set builder form means basically this is the particular form by which we have to make the proper sets. Is it to be clear? So these things we have to already discussed. So these are the some of the examples you can also read from your NCERT textbook. Is it to be clear? Today we are going to start the NCERT exercise. Is it to be clear? And exercise 1.1 just we have to start it related to the previous theory that we have to discuss in the last video. Is it to be clear? So we will start with the very first exercise 1.1. Is it to be clear? You can see the various question in this particular slide, and basically, student, we will say that here first question is to be given in this your NCERT exercise 1.1, and the question is to be written as, which of the following are sets? Justify your answer. Justify means you can just verify how this particular set is said to be the set and why this is not said to be the set. Is it to be clear? Means we have to provide a proper reason behind any one of the given statement will be taken as the sets or not. Is it to be clear? Means this particular question will be based on the basic definition of sets only. Is it to be clear? Now the very first question we have to discuss here, the collection of all months of a year beginning with the letter Z. Is it to be clear? So basically you can just read out this particular question, the collection of all months of a year beginning with the letter Z. So basically, student, if we have to provide the answer, suppose the name of any set is to be taken as A here, then each and every student know very well about the name of months starting with the letter Z. So you can just say that this is the proper collection of well defined objects. So we can write here the name of month like January, after that we can write down the June, then after we can write down the July. Means if this particular question is to be asked to the many other persons, then definitely each and every person will be provided the same answer. Is it to be clear? Because this is the collection of well defined objects. So we can say that this is said to be the set, means it is considered as the set. Next we have to see that the second part, the collection of 10 most talented writers of India. Is it to be clear? What should be the meaning of their talent? Means we have to write down the collection of most talented writers of India. Student, in the previous video just we have to take a similar example where just we have to say that we have to write down the top most 5 cricketer. Is it to be clear? This question will be similar type of questions. Means this particular thing will changes from person to person, because some one person will provide the 10 most talented writers, then different person will provide the some different name also. Means this particular thing is not said to be the well defined collection, because here this particular answer will changes from person to person. So basically, student, this particular part is not a set. This is not a set, because if particular writers we have to discuss of India, then definitely the person to person the answer will be changes here, and if any of the answer will be changes from person to person, then definitely it is not considerable as a set. Is it to be clear? Next, the third part we have to take here, a team of 11 best cricket batsmen of the world. Is it to be clear? So basically student, a team of 11 best cricket batsmen. Is it to be clear? Again, there should be some different type of phenomena here. Suppose this question is to be solved, then any person A will provide the name of 11 most talented, or you can say that 11 best cricket batsmen name. Is it to be clear? No problem. But student, if any other person, suppose B will provide the name, then definitely the name can be changes. Is it to be clear? Because here some of the batsmen will be on behalf of strike rate, they will be perform best. Otherwise, some of the person will on behalf of the total number of runs, according to that, means the particular criteria of the batsman is to be not defined. Is it to be clear? Means the various type of criteria if we have to include here, then definitely we can say that the person to person this answer will be again changes, and again changes, then this is not again considerable, not a set. Is it to be clear? This is again not said to be the set, because the criteria of batsman will be not fixed. Means in along with the runs, along with the strike rate, along with the number of boundaries, you can check different criteria, and according to that any person will provide the answer in a different manner. Means the person A will provide the answer, then this should not be taken as the same as B. Is it to be clear? So this particular answer will changes from person to person, and you can say that this is again not said to be the set. Next the fourth part we have to take here, the collection of all boys in your class. This is the very important question student, the collection of all boys in your class. Is it to be clear? In your class means the class will be your, means suppose you are reading in the class 11, then if anyone else asked about the question, the collection of all boys in your class, then if we have to discuss about the this question has the some ambiguity part. Student, I will discuss these ambiguities here, because suppose class 11 students are to be the various type of student will be read in the different type of schools. Is it to be clear? In different of the schools 11 class will be there, and the class 11 student will be considerable as the set. Then basically if anyone student will provide the name, then the same class in which he reads, then definitely he will provide the name of that class only. Suppose any different school will be taken and the class 11 students will be asked to this question, then he will provide the different answer. So basically if we have to see this particular question in this scenario, if we are taking the same class student, if we have to taking the same class student, then it will be considerable as the set. Otherwise it is not said to be the set. Means we can challenge these questions to NCERT, because here the different schools has the different of class 11, and according to that the name of student will be vary person to person. But if we have to provide here the collection of all boys in same class, means same class means in which we are reading. Is it to be clear? So basically in that part we can provide the name of all the boys, and same class student will provide the same answer, because if any of the student will be read in this class, then he will provide only the name of this class, then it is said to be set. But here it is not to be mention of same class, then again we are saying this is not a set. This is not a set, because your class means this is not considerable as the same class. Is it to be clear? And here if the same class will be used here, then it is to be said to be the set. Means this question has the some ambiguities here, you have to keep in mind. That's why you can provide the answer of this question. Is it to be clear? Next one says that the collection of all natural number less than 10. So basically you can say that collection of all natural number less than 100. So I think each and every student know very well about the collection of natural number which are to be less than 100. Then you can say that up to 99. Up to 99 we can write down the each and every natural number, and I think this particular thing is not not changes person to person, means this is always said to be the set. Is it to be clear? So it is set. It is considerable as the part of set. Is it to be clear? The next part we have to take a collection of novels written by the Munshi Premchand. Now student, the person is to be fixed. and any of the person will write any of the novels, then the definite number and fixed number of novels are to be written by the Munshi Premchand basically. So if anyone else ask about this question to any person who know very well about the novels of Munshi Premchand, then definitely the answer will not be changes from person to person, because here the particular person is to be fixed Munshi Premchand, then definitely this answer will not changes from person to person, and any of the person who knows about the novels of Munshi Premchand, then he will provide the same category of the type of novels. Means this is again said to be the set. Means it is again said to be set. There should be no problem. Is it to be clear? Finally, the next part is to be given as the collection of all even integers. The collection of all even integers. So basically, student, collection of all even integers. So you can say that if we have to discuss about the all even integers, then each and every student know very well about the even integers. Integers can be either in negative or positive, no problem. But here the collection of all integers will be written as z. Is it to be clear? Suppose the name of this set is to be provided as z, and here we can write -2, this is 0, then after 2, then after 4, then after 6, and so on. Because here there are infinite number of integers, but the answer should be the very systematic, because here this particular answer will not changes from person to person, because the well defined collection is to be given here. That's why we can say that it is again said to be the set. It is said to be the set. Is it to be clear? So there should be no problem to understand this thing. Is it to be clear? Now student, the next part we have to take here. At part, the collection of questions in this chapter. The collection of questions in this chapter. Basically, student, in a particular chapter, there are several type of questions. Suppose we have to just discuss about the NCERT, then definitely you can say that the number of questions are to be fixed, and these are to be well defined, because in a particular book there should be some basic questions are to be written, and each and every student will provide the same answer. But here in the collection of questions in this chapter, means this particular chapter has the wide range of the questions. This particular chapter has the wide range of this question. In the different type of books, you can see the different type of questions. Means if anyone else ask about the number of questions, or you can say that the collection of questions of this particular chapter, then the answer will be changes from person to person, because in the different type of books you can see the different type of the questions. Is it to be clear? So here this is not said to be the well defined, and you can say that it is not a set. It is not taken as the set, because the collection of questions in this chapter will be the changes from person to person. Because here suppose this particular book is to be specified like NCERT, like R.D. Sharma, like another book, we have to provide the name of that book, then you can say that in this particular book the collection of this question will be fixed. Means this answer will not changes from person to person, but here according to this given statement only just we have to discuss about the collection of questions of this chapter. Means this chapter has the wide range of the questions, so definitely it is not said to be the well defined collection, so you can say that it is not a set. Next, collection of most dangerous animal of the world. Collection of most dangerous animal of the world. Is it to be clear? So basically student, most dangerous, some of the person says that the snake will be most dangerous animal in this earth. Some of the students says that the lion, some of the students says that the tiger. Means in the different aspect of the different person, the criteria of dangerous will be different. Means any of the person will provide the same different type of answers. So basically this is again not said to be the well defined, so it is not a set. It is not a set. So basically student, in the very first question just we have to describe the basic different of criteria. According to that just we have to provide the answer of each and every question. And basically what we are saying that if any of the question will be taken, then you can just judge whether the person A and person B, or any other person C you can take, will provide the same answer or not. If they are providing the same answer, then definitely it is the well defined collection of object, and automatically these type of things will come in your mind, and according to that you can just provide the answer of each and every question. So basically student, in this very first question just we have to say that the definition of set will be very important for us, And in the definition part, in the last video, just we have to discuss about the well-defined collection of the various object is said to be the sets. Is it to be clear? So after that student, we will move to the question number 2. After that, we will move to the question number 2. So next question number 2 we have to take here. So you can just see here the question number 2. In this question number 2, basically student, let a set is to be given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it to be clear? So if this question is to be taken, then insert the appropriate symbol. This is belongs to or not belongs to. Student, in the last class, just we have to discuss these type of two symbols. This is the belongs to and this is not belongs to. So this has the meaning of belongs to and this has the meaning of not belongs to. Is it to be clear? Not belongs to. So basically in this part, whether this particular symbol will says that if any of the element will present in the given set, then it is said to be the belongs to. If any of the element is not present in that part, then we can say that this is said to be not belongs to. Is it to be clear? So basically here any of the set A is to be given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now student, you can check the very first question here. This question will say that the 5 dot 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 A means whether this particular element 5 will belongs to this set A or not, means which type of symbol is to be appropriate for this. So basically you can check 5 is to be available in this part. So we can use here belongs to sign. Is it to be clear? Next, you can check at whether at belongs to A or not. So a very simple part student, you can check here at is to be available or not. So in this particular given set A, no at will be available. So we can use here not belongs to. Is it to be clear? Next one, 0 and A means here this particular element 0 is to be available or not, we have to check. So here 0 is not to be available. So again we can say that this is not belongs to. Is it to be clear? Next, the fourth, 4 belongs to or not belongs to. So basically you can say that the 4 will be present here. So you can say that here the belongs to sign will be available. Next, 2 dot A means we can use check whether this element 2 will be available in this set A or not. So basically this 2 will be available in this set A. So again we have to use the belongs to sign. Similarly, this for this question 10. So you can say that 10 is to be absent from here. So you can say the not belongs to. Is it to be clear? So I think student, this particular question is to be not much more difficult here, because here the very basic part, any other element will be available in the particular set or not. Just we have to check, means either presence or absence of any of the element we have to just discuss here. So according to them we have to use the proper symbol belongs to or not belongs to. Is it to be clear? Next question student, we have to take the question number 3. In this question number 3, basically write the following set in the roster form. So just we have to move this slide, then after we can check each and every part. Is it to be clear? And just I will increase the size here so you can easily visible the each and every part. So basically in this question number 3 student, what we are saying, according to the given roster set builder form, just we have to changes any of the thing into the roster form. Is it to be clear? So basically we have to see the basic rule of changing of set builder form to roster form. So very first question we have to take here. So in this first part, A is the any set, here x such that x is an integer and -3 to 7. So basically student, if we know very well about the integer, then from -3 to 7 we have to write down the integer, but here this -3 is to be included and 7 is to be not included here. So basically if we have to draw the number line, suppose any of the set builder form is to be get converted into the roster form, then we have to write the set of integers. So basically here from this part we will start, then we have to take here -3, because here the equal to sign is to be there. After that -2 we will take, after that -1 we will take, then after 0, then after 1, then after 2, 3, then after 4 we have to write here 4, then after 5, then after 6. Is it to be clear? 7 is to be not included here because here only less than 7 is to be written. So basically student, in the tabular form or roster form, just we have to write down the individual data and no repetition of data is to be get obtained here. Is it to be clear? So in this particular part, just we can provide the answer in a very systematic way where any of the set builder form is to be given and we have to check change the given set builder form into the roster form. Is it to be clear? The next part we have to see here. The second part, x is a natural number less than 6. A very important basic question is to be written here, and the name of set we will take here same. So basically here x is a natural number less than 6. I think each and every student know very well about the natural number. So basically natural number will be started with 1, then after 2, 3, 4, 5, less than 6. So we have to write up to 5. So this is the again basic question. Always we have to know about the natural numbers only according to the question. Is it to be clear? So various kind of mathematical set student we have to already discussed in the previous video. According to that we can provide the answer of this question. Is it to be clear? Next the third part we have to take here. C set says that x such that x is 2-digit natural number. X is the 2-digit natural number. So each and every student know very well 2-digit natural number will be started from 10 and ends up to 99. Is it to be clear? After that, such that the sum of its digit is 8. The sum of its digit is 8. No problem. Easily student you can just provide the answer of this question because here you can say that we have to started with 10 because from 10 we will start because we are taking only the 2-digit natural number. Then after we have to also fulfill the criteria, the sum of its digit is 8. Then first number we will take here. Suppose we will provide the answer of this particular set C here. Then we will take 117 because here 1 plus 7 will be 8 or not, and this is the 2-digit natural number or not. So definitely it should be satisfied. After that student we have to take the 26 because this 2 plus 6 will be 8 and definitely it will be of the 2-digit natural number. Next we have to take the 35. Next we have to take the 44. Next we have to take the 53. Next we have to take the 62. Next we have to take the 71. Next we have to take the 71. Is it to be clear? And then after one more is to be available, that should be 80. Is it to be clear? After the 80, no particular 2-digit natural number is to be available whose sum of digit will be 8 because 8 will be always available and we have to add something to the 8, then definitely the sum will be always greater than the 8. Is it to be clear? So in this question student, just we have to see the basic part that should be given 2-digit natural number we have to take, and we have to take that natural number whose sum of digit will be 8. So here 1 plus 7 is 8, 2 plus 6 will be 8, 5 plus 3 will be 8, 4 plus 4 will be 8, 5 plus 3 will be 8, 6 plus 2 will be 8, 7 plus 1 will be 8 and 8 plus 0 will be again 8. So this is the proper answer of this particular question. You can just check here. Is it to be clear? Next the fourth part we have to take here. In this fourth part, and x is a prime number which is divisor of 60. So student, first of all we have to discuss about the prime numbers. I think each and every student know very well about the prime numbers. Prime numbers are that numbers which are divisible by 1 or itself. Is it to be clear? The prime numbers are that numbers which are divisible by 1 or itself. Means either they are dividing by 1, then it is divisible, otherwise they are to be divisible by only itself. Is it to be clear? And the very important thing related to the prime number, student, 1 is not taken, never taken as the prime number. Means prime number will be started from 2. Is it to be clear? 1 is not said to be always up any prime number. You have to remember this thing. Is it to be clear? So the prime number will be started with 2. Is it to be clear? After 2 we will take 3. Then after we will not take 4 because 4 is divisible by itself as well as 2 also. So this particular number is not said to be the prime number. So basically here in this particular question we have to take the prime numbers which are divisible of divisor of 6, means which are divisible by 6, you can say that. Is it to be clear? So easily student you can provide the answer of this particular question. Means set D we have to write here. Then first prime number we have to write here 2, means 2 is divisible by 60 or not? Definitely it should be divisible by 60. After that 2 we have to take the 3 also, because 3 is also divisor of 60. Is it to be clear? Because 20 multiplied by 3 will be 60. Is it to be clear? And 3 will be the prime number. After that 4 is also the divisor of 60, but the 4 is not taken as the prime number. So we are not mentioning the 4. After that we will take 5. Definitely student, the 5 will be a prime number, and definitely you can also check whether it is divisible of 60 or not. So definitely it should be the divisor of 60. So we will take the 5. Is it to be clear? After that next 6 is not a prime number, but it is a divisor of 60, but it is not a prime number. After that 7 is a prime number, but it is not the divisor of 60. Is it to be clear? And after that student, no any of the prime number will be available which is divisor of 60. Is it to be clear? So for this question, just we have to know about the prime number as well, and we can just check whether the given prime number is divisible or divisor of 60 or not. Otherwise student, you can just solve this question just by using factorization of this 60. Means we have to just factorize this 60. Is it to be clear? And then after we can see each and every divisor, and according to that we have to check whether which divisor is said to be the prime number or not. Is it to be clear? So you can just discuss this question in the different manner also. So I think you can understand the thing. Next part we have to take here E, the set of all letters in the word trigonometry. The set of all letters in the word trigonometry. So basically student, this particular chapter we will discuss also in this class 11 NCERT mathematics, but here in the sets just we have to provide the answer, the set of all letter in the word. So in if any of the word is to be given and we have to write its set builder form, roster form, then just we have to write each and every letter. So firstly we have to write the T, then after we have to write the R, then after we have to write the I, then after we have to write the G, then after O, then after N. Now student, the very important thing, this O will be repeated here, means only one O is to be written only once. Is it to be clear? Because in the case of tabular or roster form, no repetition of data will be there, means repetition of data is not to be allowed. So we will not write again O. After that we have to write the M, then after we have to write the E, then after we have to write the E, then after again student you can check this T and this T again is to be get repeated. So basically we have to write the one T only once. Similarly this particular R is to be again get repeated, so we will only one R is to be mentioned here, and lastly we have to write the Y. So basically this is said to be the roster form of the given all the letters of word trigonometry. Means in this case we have to just remember this thing, only one letter is to be used once only, means no particular letter is to be used more than once. Is it to be clear? The next is again the same question, F, the set of all letters in the word better. Is it to be clear? So if we have to provide the answer of this question here, then F we have to write, then basically here first of all we have to write the letter B, then after we have to write the letter E, then after we have to write the both T are same, so only we have to write only one T. Again the E will get repeated here, means no requirement to write again E, only R is to be mentioned. Means this is the answer of this particular set builder form to the roster form. Is it to be clear? So suppose any of the question where any of the word is to be given, then we have to keep in mind one thing, once one letter is to be write only once, means no repetition of any letter is to be get repeated in the roster form. Is it to be clear? So basically student, in this particular part we have to just change any of the set builder form into the roster form. Is it to be clear? So note down the each and every answer. After that we will start the next question number 4. Is it to be clear? So pause the video to note it down, then after we will start the question number 4. Is it to be clear? So next question we have to take here, question number 4. So basically student, in this question number 4, again we can say that different, or you can say that here different type of format is to be given here, means write the following set in the set builder form. Means now the set builder form is to be written and the roster form is to be given. Is it to be clear? Means the reverse work, as we have to discuss the previous question is to be done in this question. So basically here the very first question is to be given as 3, 6, 9 and 12. This question is to be given as 3, 6, 9 or 12. So basically you can say that this is the table of 3 and you can say that these are the multiple of 3 because 3 2 is 6, 3 2 3 3 is 9 and 3 4 is 12. So basically student, in the very first part, if we have to write the set builder form, then the name of this set we will write here A. Then declaration of variable. So we will declare a variable x where such that x equals to 3n. X equals to 3n, where n belongs to the natural number. N belongs to the natural number, as well as n is to be taken from 1 to 4. Because student, this condition is to be not mentioned, then this will be the infinite number of elements will be there. Only if you have to write up to this n belongs to natural number, then this will be proceed up to the infinite number of terms. But here the fixed number of elements are to be there. So we can say that 3, 6, 9 and 12 is to be given. Then we can write 1 to 4. So we will take n equals to 1, then it will be 3. If we have to take n equals to 2, then it will be 3 into 2, 6. After that 3, then 3 into 3 will be 9 and 4 will be taken, then 3 into 4 will be 12. Means only up to 12 we have to write this particular multiple of 3. So definitely you can write down the basic definition and you can use the mathematical expression for the given question. Next, question number 2 we have to take here. In this question you can check the given roster form. This is 2, this is 4, this is 8, 16 and 32. So basically student, here 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. So you can just say that this 2 will be, this 4 will be 2 square. This is said to be 2 raised to power 3. This is said to be 2 raised to power 4. This is said to be 2 raised to power 5. Is it to be clear? So easily student, you can make a basic statement here to write the answer of this second part. Suppose the name of set is to be written as B here, and first part is to be the declaration of variable. Then after we can say that this x will belongs to the 2 raised to power n. This is said to be 2 raised to power n. Again you can say that this n belongs to the capital N. As well you can also use the particular condition for n, because up to 2 raised to power 5 is to be written. So you can write here n will be started with 1 and we will take up to 5. Is it to be clear? So this is the answer of this question number second. Here just we have to see the basic rule in which each and every data in the tabular form is to be written, and then we have to make a proper definition combining all the data. Is it to be clear? The third part we will take here. So in the third part, easy part is to be there. This is said to be 5 raised to power 1. This is said to be 5 raised to power 2. This is said to be 5 raised to power 3. This is raised to power 5 raised to power 4. So again the very basic question, the third part, suppose the name of set is to be taken as C, then it is to be written as x such that x equals to 5 raised to power n. X equals to 5 raised to power n, where again n belongs to the natural number. As well we can say that up to 4. So we will restrict this particular n from 1 to 4. Is it to be clear? So basically student, this C set you can write in the set builder form like this: x equals to 5 raised to power n. Is it to be clear? Next, the fourth part we have to take. So in the fourth part you can just check student, this is 2, this is 4, this is 6 and so on. Is it to be clear? Means there are infinite number of elements are to be available in this set. So basically here 2, this is 2 into 2, this is 2 into 3, means this is the table of 2. So you can just say that in the fourth part, suppose the name of set we will taken as D, then x such that x equals to 2n, and only we have to write n belongs to the natural number, because here no restriction on this particular small n is to be given, because here infinite number of elements are to be taken. So if we will use 1, then it will be 2. If we have to use here 2, then 2 into 2 will be 4. If we will use here 3, then 2 into 3 will be 6, and so on. You can take many of the natural numbers, then definitely you will get the different element of this given set. Is it to be clear? So these are the some basic part where any of the set builder form is to be made corresponding to the given roster form. And next the fifth part we have to take here. In this part student, basically you can say that this is 1, this is 4, 9 and up to 100, means the finite number of elements are to be given. Now what should be the basic and proper mathematical statement is to be obtained for the given numbers. So easily you can check, student, this is 1 square, this is 2 square, this is 3 square and so on, this is n square. Means you can say that for this fifth part, suppose the name of set is to be given as E, then we have to say that x such that x equals to n square. X will be equals to n square. But what is n? So n belongs to the natural number, and from where? Because here the finite number of elements are to be given. Means basically we can restrict this n also. So we will take this n from 1 to 10. This n will be taken from 1 to 10. So basically, student, these 5 questions are to be solved here, in which any of the roster form is to be written and corresponding set builder form just we have to make here. And in the previous video, just we have to discuss the many examples, and in these chapters, many of the times we are doing like this. Some of the set builder form is to be get converted into the roster form, and roster form is to be get converted into the set builder form. So just this is the practicing part by which we can do the various type of questions. According to that, we have to know about the each and every type of format where any of the set builder form is to be get converted into the roster, and roster is to be get converted into the set builder form. Is it to be clear? So student, pause the video to note it down. After that, we will start the next question number 5. Is it to be clear? So next question number 5 we have to start it here. So we will take the question number 5. In this question number 5, again the basic question is to be given, in which list all the elements of the following set. Means again listing means you can say that we have to make the roster form, because listing means you can say that we have to write the data in the tabular form. Basic. Is it to be clear? So again the question will be same, where any of the set builder form is to be written, and thus we have to make their corresponding roster form. Is it to be clear? So next question number first we have to take of this question number 5, first part we have to take x such that x is an odd natural number. Again student, the very basic question is to be there, x is an odd natural number. So we can say that x is odd natural number, and we have to write the set builder form. Then suppose the name of set is to be given as A, then we have to write 1, 3, 5, 7. But up to what? So no particular thing is to be given, so we have to use dot dot dot, means there are infinite number of elements are to be there. So we have to listing of the element, means we have to make the list of these elements which satisfy the given particular set. Is it to be clear? Next part is to be given as x is an integer, and that integer will be taken from -half to 9/2. So basically student, if we have to see the basic definition of integer, then integer cannot be represented in the fractional format. So basically we can say that if any of the number line we have to make, suppose this is 0, then -half. So -half means you can say that this is minus of 0.5. Next, this is 9/2, so you can say that here it is the 4.5. So we have to write down the integers from this -half to 9/2. So basically after this part you can say this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Means these are the basic type of integers which lies from -half to 9/2, and these are said to be the category of integers. So we have to write the integers 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and a 4, and no any other integer we have to write here. So only the basic part is to be given, only just we have to know about the basic type of integers. Is it to be clear? So already we have to discuss about the integers, so I think you know very well. The next part, C part, is to be given. This is the very important question student. Here you can say that x is an integer, again you can say about the integer, and which satisfy the given inequality, x square is less than or equals to 4. Student, in the class 11 NCERT mathematics, just we have to discuss the chapter number 6, where the inequalities are to be get discussed and their solutions are to be also discussed where. But here this inequality will be given. Here just we have to give an inequality. So basically student, first of all we have to write the name of this set as C, no problem. But first of all we have to get the answer of this inequality. So look here, x square is less than or equals to 4. So solve any of the inequality, basically we have to just convert this part into the equality first of all, and we will get the solution x equals to plus or minus 2, no problem. Now we have to make a number line where these points minus 2 and plus 2 are to be get written. Is it to be clear? This is the way by which we have to solve any of the inequality. Means first of all we have to get the some critical points. According to that, student, we have to make the some intervals. We have to make the some intervals. Suppose here we will take the plus infinite and here we will take the minus infinite. So basically here this interval we have to take from minus infinite to minus 2. This interval we have to take from minus 2 to plus 2, and this interval we have to take from 2 to infinite. Means according to the given critical points or according to the values of x, we will get the two critical points, and according to that we have to make the three intervals. Now as per the intervals we have to take any of the value and we have to check whether it will be get satisfied or not. Where the inequality will be satisfied, then these are to be considered as the solution of that particular type of inequality. So basically first one, we have to take any value minus 3. We have to take any value in this interval. So if we have to write here minus 3, then minus 3 square is less than or equals to 4. We have to check this part. So this will be 9. 9 is greater than 4. So this is not said to be true. So basically this particular interval will not provide the any answer of x. Is it to be clear? Next we have to take any value from minus 2 to plus 2. Then you can suppose you can take here minus 1, plus 1, 0. You can take any of the number, no problem. So here you can check take minus 1. Then it's said to be minus 1 square is less than or equals to 4. Definitely it should be true. Means the solution will be found in this particular part minus 2 to plus 2. Similarly, in this interval 2 to infinite, basically no solution is to be get found, because here suppose we have to take any 3, then 3 square less than or equals to 4. This is not said to be the true. So basically in this particular inequality, student, we have to see the solution set from minus 2 to plus 2. Just we have to follow the condition, because here it is to be written as x is an integer also. Means we have to write down only the integers which lies from minus 2 to plus 2. So basically we have to write the minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. Is it to be clear? So this is the answer of this given question. Here firstly we have to solve the inequality. According to that we will get the answer in an interval form. After that, satisfying this condition, x will be also the integer. So according to the integer we have to write the integer part of that interval always. Is it to be clear? Next is the very basic question, student. Here the name of set will be written as D, and what is to be written, X is a letter in the word loyal. So you can just write down the each and every letter and no repetition is to be there. So LOYA, because here again L is to be there. So no repetition is to be allowed here. That's why we will not write the second L. Is it to be clear? Next the fifth part is to be given. X is a month of year not having 31 days. So I think student, each and every student know very well about the name of month in which the number of days is not having 31. Means either of the month having 30 or 29 or 28 days, we have to write only the name of these months. So basically you can just provide the answer here, E set. So firstly we have to write the Feb, because January has the 31 days, so we will not write the name of January. Then after March is having 31 days. Then after we have to write the April. Next May has the 31 days. Then after we have to write the June. Then we have to write the June. After that, I think each and every student know very well, both July and August month has the 31 number of days. I think this thing is to be clear to each and every student, and in the previous classes just we have to read about this part. Is it to be clear? So we will not write the July and August, both the months have the 31 days, so we will not write the name of these. After that September we have to write, then after we have to write the November. Is it to be clear? So these are the name of months having not having 31 days. Means either these months having 28, 29 or 30 days. Is it to be clear? Because Feb has in some of the years the February has the 28 or 29 days. Otherwise these months have the always 30 days. Is it to be clear? Next F is to be given as X is the consonant. I think you know very well about the consonant. Vowels are 5 only, A, E, I, O, U, and remaining are always said to be the consonants. So X is a consonant in the English alphabet which precedes K. Precedes K means just behind the K we have to write down the whole name of consonant. So I think easily student you can just provide the name. Suppose A is not to be there because A is vowel. Then after we have to write B, P, then after D, E is not to be written. Is it to be clear? F, then after Z, then after H, I is not to be written. Is it to be clear? Z and precede K means only up to Z we have to write. Is it to be clear? Because just before K we have to write the name of consonant. Is it to be clear? So I think these are the English dictionary consonants. Total number of alphabet are 26, where 5 are the vowels and the remaining 21 are the consonants. So you can just write down the name of consonant. Is it to be clear? So in this question, student, again the set builder form is to be get converted into the roster form. Is it to be clear? Now you have to pause the video to note it down, and just you have to recognize, student, here the no more calculation part is to be there. Is it to be clear? Only just we have to see the basic part of the sets, and according to that we have to provide the answer. Is it to be clear? Next and the last question we have to take of this exercise 1.1, that is question number 6. So you have to pause the video to note it down. Then after we will start the question number 6. So this question number 6 we have to take here. In this question number 6, basically match of the sum of following sets, because here match each of the set on the left in the roster form with the same set on the right described in the set builder form. Means in the left hand side sum of the roster form is to be written, and in the right hand side we have to write the sum set builder form. Only just we have to the work of matching, means which is roster form is to be corresponding to which set builder form. Is it to be clear? So the very basic question here. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 6 is to be written. Then we have to write the, we have to search the corresponding set builder form. So basically student, the very first part, X is the prime natural number. So here this 1 is not a prime number, 6 is, so this is not to be matched with this. Next, X is an odd natural number less than 10. So again this is not to be matched, because here odd natural number means this 2 and 6 will be even, so it is not matched with the B part. Next, X is a natural number and divisor of 6. X is a natural number and divisor of 6. Basically student, here this part is to be matched with the C part, because you can say that each and every part are the divisor of 6. Then after we have to say that these are always said to be the natural numbers. So this is matched with the C part. Next 2, 3. Next 2, 3. So 2 and 3 is what? So we will check for A. So X is a prime number. So basically 2 and 3 both are said to be the prime number, no problem. And a divisor of 6. So definitely they are divisible by 6. So this will be matched with the A part. Only just we have to match the corresponding part. After that, this is the very simple part, because the letters are to be written. So only you can say that in the word mathematics, these are the letters are to be coming from. So this is to be matched with the D part. So next fourth means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So these are the odd natural numbers. So this is matched with the B part. Is it to be clear? So this question I think is the very simple part. Only just we have to match the given set builder form to the roster form, or roster form to the set builder form. Means either of the form is to be given, and you have to just check which is the particular format of the given form. Is it to be clear? So you can just check the student the various kind of question in your NCERT exercise 1.1, and just we have to discuss each and every question here. So you have to see the carefully each and everything. Is it to be clear? And according to that we have to just provide the answer. So easily you can just check the answers. Now the turn is your, means you have to require to solve each and every question again, so that the concept will be get clear to each and every student, and according to that you can provide the answers. Is it to be clear? So thank you student. In today's video just we have to solve the exercise NCERT exercise 1.1. The further part means types of sets we have to just started from the next video, where we have to discuss the various type of sets, and according to that we have to describe the exercise also, where any of the set is to be given, then we have to provide the particular name of that set. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student will get the concept of set. Student, this particular chapter is to be the very simple, but we have to understand the each and every concept of the uh, things that should be provided to you. Is it to be clear? Because without knowing each and every term, you cannot describe the each and every part that should be asked in the examination or in the various type of books. Suppose we are solving any of the R.D. Sharma or any of the other book, then definitely suppose any of the thing we have to know, then definitely you can recognize the particular answer, otherwise you cannot recognize. Is it to be clear? So listen carefully each and every part, definitely you will get the concept. Is it to be clear? So thank you student. In the next video just we will start the basic part, and that should be related to the types of sets. Thank you.